What this did was got us onto the base where all of the static content was ready. We had the template, we had the theme, and then we had to get on into the actual content. One of the visuals was the monitor, where we had to get the data from a real-time source and constantly update it on the client side. That required a data API, and Gramex has the ability to connect to pretty much any kind of data source purely using configuration. Let me show you how this works. The Supposing you want to connect to a database, all of that is provided as a string, and the set of databases that it connects to includes relational databases, few non-relational databases, cloud databases, including the likes of Google Sheets. And for any one of these, you pick a URL, link, or a table. You're not restricted to just a database. You could pick data from an Excel file or a CSV file or pretty much any kind of data format that you might want locally. And what that does is exposes the content in a queryable form. Let me give you a demo of that. So I have a file here called sales.xlsx. This Excel file has a bunch of sheets, one of which is the sales sheet. And this has information, some of which is in Unicode, around which country, which city, which product has how much sales, and how much has it grown by. If we want to expose this as a REST API, then what we need to do is create a configuration that says, I want the URL /, which is the home page, to be handled by a microservice called form handler, and which takes the data from this particular file. If I wanted to take the data from a database like this, I would have replaced it with a URL like this, and it would pick up the data from this database and whatever table. In this case, I'm just going to pick the data from this file to show you how the API works, and it's exactly the same irrespective of what kind of data source you have. You see that it's taken all of the data and returned the results as a single JSON object. It's doing a dump, of course, limits it to around 10,000 results unless you explicitly say, give me more. Let's do some filtering, but rather than see it this way, I'm going to change the format to HTML so that it's a little easier to see. So that gives me an HTML table. Of course, you could have converted this into a CSV file, which it's downloaded here, or XLSX, or a variety of other formats. But sticking to the HTML format, if I only want to see where the product is a biscuit, that becomes question mark product equals biscuit, and that gives me a filter. Or if I want to add a clause saying where the sales is over 100, sales greater than 100, that filters for the sales greater than 100. What if I want to group by product? Underscore by equals product, and it automatically groups by all the unique products, gives me a sum of sales and the sum of growth. Well, sum of growth really doesn't have much meaning, so I could potentially use aggregations like growth, mean, and a variety of other things. Effectively, what we're doing here is querying like in SQL directly from the URL, irrespective of what the data source is. What this did was effectively cut down roughly 2% days of effort because there was no need to write any kind of custom code to connect to the data source. We just pointed it to the data source, and that saved about 264 lines of code on an alternative which was needed to connect to this data source.